In this video, I want to share a personal story with you. In fact, I want to share my most valuable parenting lesson. I hope that it will impact you as much as it did me and offer you some guidance on your own parenting journey. So let's get started. I have always been concerned about keeping my kids close to me. I think because I started early with them, it's always really, for the most part, been sort of easy to do this. But then they grow up and they become their own people. And it's important for them to separate. It's important for them, we call it individuating. And so there's this balance that I've discovered in which I want to keep them close, but at the same time, I want to allow them to grow up and be their own people. Plus, at various ages when they struggle, I do want to be in a position with them where I can have influence with them. Early on in my life, I was enormously influenced by my mother-in-law. She was this amazing person that I continue to miss every day. There were two things that she did so well, and I've seen the influence that she continues to have this day on all of her kids, despite the fact that she passed away almost 10 years ago. Her name was Susie. First, Susie was an amazing listener. When you were with Susie, you felt like you were the only person that mattered to her. As her son-in-law, I spent many hours, sometimes late into the night, we would have these long talks. And I used to joke that whenever I had spent time with her, I always walked away feeling so much better about myself. That's the effect that she had on people. She was so uplifting. But it was this way that she listened to you that made you feel like you were 100% seen, known, loved, and accepted. It was so powerful. I've actually heard my wife Valerie talk about her mom many times and the many talks that she and her mom had growing up. Susie just had a huge influence on her as well. Another thing that Susie did was that she allowed her kids to make their own decisions about really important matters in their lives. So for example, when Valerie was younger, she went through a long period of very painful experiences that caused her to reconsider a central family value. Essentially, she went through a period of years where she was rejected and treated poorly by members of the family's faith. And this was a faith that was central to Susie. It was one of the most important things in her life. It meant everything to her. And as Valerie was considering, as a young girl, she was considering whether she wanted anything to do with this faith and the people in it. Her mom dealt with this primarily with empathy. That just amazes me, because when a child is going to leave or discard a central family value, that usually causes most people to get scared and to become more controlling. But instead, Susie just empathized with Valerie. She told her she completely understood why she might want to leave. And she told her how much it hurt her to watch Valerie suffer like this. And then she talked openly about why this faith was important to her, but then she told her that she would let her choose what to do, and regardless of her choice, she would support her 100%. That had a profound impact on Valerie, and we've talked about this experience many times over the years, especially as we've had our own children. But what strikes me about this is that Susie mainly had so much influence with Valerie because of that amazing relationship that they had together. She was able to talk about very difficult things because they had that relationship. Before we move on to the next point, I want to thank you for watching this video. Do you struggle to communicate with your child or to discipline them effectively? None of us are handed a manual when our kids are born that gives us all the rules and things we should do in different situations. We learn by trial and error. That's what this channel is created for. It's about using my system of correcting and connecting to build a strong, trusting, and influential relationship with your child. If that's the kind of thing you want to know more about, then like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share this with your friends. Now let's get back to the video. I've thought about this a lot as a parent myself. With everything that I've been through raising 4 kids, and there have been a lot of ups and downs, it always comes back to the relationship. The quality of our relationship with our kids is everything. It's the main source of power and influence, and without a relationship, you really have nothing. This is actually the main reason I developed this parenting model and my parenting course. which these videos are sort of all a part of. My course on connection is how to have the best relationship with your kids that you can have. Like I said, I believe that everything comes back to the relationship, and if you have that, then you have influence, and if you don't, then you have nothing. It's actually why I've spent so much time over the years in one-on-one moments with my own kids. And it's why I want and encourage you to do this too. It's why I believe in the power of small moments of connection. It's why I take my kids on dates, or why I ride dirt bikes with my son, why I FaceTime with my daughter. These are all little things that matter to them, and it allows us to have this relationship. I don't share these things to brag or to put myself out there as a perfect parent, because I am not. I just know that the most powerful parenting lesson I've ever had, and I've had it over and over and over, is the power of relationships. It has influenced me as a psychologist. I've actually told this story in other videos, but with one young girl in therapy many years ago, I just couldn't reach her. I couldn't connect with her. So she brought her pet rats to a therapy session one day. And I decided, and I have a fear of pet rats, by the way. I don't consider them pets. But she brought her pet rats to this therapy session, and she wanted me to let her put them down the back of my shirt. Well, I was desperate to connect with this kid, and so I did it. And that's why I spent several sessions going forward doing therapy with her with rats down the back of my shirt. If there's one lesson I could leave with you, it's this. Do anything you can to have and maintain a relationship with your kids. Meet them where they are. Listen intensively to them. Spend one-on-one time with them. Be creative. Find things they enjoy. This will be the biggest reward you can give yourself in your life, and it will allow you to have influence with them regardless of their age or where they're at in their life. Are you looking for a more effective way to connect with your child and build long-term positive influence? Maybe your child is misbehaving or going through a difficult phase, and you struggle to know how to discipline them, or even sometimes just how to reach them at all. My name is Dr. Todd Corelli, and I've spent the last 25 years as a clinical psychologist, and I work primarily with children, adolescents, young adults, and families. I have worked with thousands of families around the world, and I have seen the challenges facing our families today. That's why I've created a 4-part video series that is completely free to watch, and it's available for online viewing immediately. This will help parents become much more effective at bonding with their kids and positively influencing them. This system is completely unique and highly effective. I have seen this system benefit my own family and so many others, and I want your family to have this too. So just go to the link in the video description below, or you can go to correctandconnect.com, enter your details, click the button, and I will send you immediate access.